Hi, everyone. Welcome to another week of Code Alongs. Today, I'm going to be doing some Ruby programming to just finish up some code challenge work that I've been doing for the Flatiron Bootcamp that I'm part of right now. And then I'll probably move on to some advent of code. I have a lot of catching up to do. Another person in the room, Scott Meadows, he's a lot further ahead than I am on the advent of code challenge, so I might try to catch up.
Still rather behind though. I haven't
Oh, yeah.
done any since day 12.
Oh, really?
Since just been so busy with phase 3 stuff that
Yeah.
just like they leave the problems up in the future, so I can always go back and do them again in the future if I want to.
Yeah.
Oops.
No, Jamie's ahead of me. I think she's on day 8, which I've been impressed.
Really?
Yeah.
With Excel?
Yeah. She's a beast.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised because there was that one with the crates.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like I couldn't even conceptualize how you do that in Excel.
Yeah.
Clearly shows my knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, she's been doing it for like 10 years. Like, she's literally like the Excel guru at like I don't even know how big the company would be, but like 5,000 people, but a lot of that is like doctors and nurses and support staff.
Right.
But I know they're like one of the major employers in Kalamazoo. But
That's cool.
yeah, and so she really she gets to do some really cool stuff. It's fun to like look at the Excel files that she has. At my last job, she helped me build a lot of configuration Excel documents that I turned into really robust like tools. So
nice.
Yeah. But so anyways, Scott is here and I am here. And James, another coder, is also here. So we're just going to get started, and feel free to code along. So this one that I'm doing right now is called Phase 3 Practice Code Challenge Aliens Among Us. I think if you actually went on to GitHub, you might be able just to search for that directly, but I can also provide the link to it, even though I don't know if I actually forked this one. So I'll provide the link to that in the YouTube comments, because that's what I do. Post these to YouTube. So what I'm trying to do right now is trying to get this alien table to join up with this visitations table. I don't really need to have it join. I really only need the visitations.all, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to count and sum up the number of alien IDs, and whoever has the most alien IDs, I want to return that alien. So I know how to do it pretty well. Oops, I didn't want to Control Z that. So I know how to do that pretty well in visitation, I think. So it'd be like visitation order alien ID dot count sending, maybe.
I would group it.
You'd group it?
If I were you, I'd group it. Because you can, if you do, I think .group, and then you just specify like alien ID or something as a symbol. Instead of like .order, you put on a .group just like that.
Gotcha.
Call another method, and then .group, and then you just specify whatever you're going to group by.
Would it be
like alien? Try alien ID and see what that looks like.
Interesting. I don't know what that returned to me.
Visitation .group. It's like visitations. Try doing the same thing, but with Earthling ID, because you have different aliens.
Yeah. So it's that's silly. Yeah, right. Because there's the aliens only have visited Earthlings. Yeah, so that makes more sense. Because the count is going to be the number of Earthling ID. Well, no, we'll have to do a sum at some point, or count.
Well, I just wanted to check because it looked like all the visitations you had were like different aliens. Like each alien only did one, and I just wanted to.
Do I need to do all?
Try visitation.all that group. Visitation, select visitations star from visitations group by Earth ID.
Do I need to like get rid of?
Oh. Wait, try visitation.count group by alien ID.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time right now. I was gonna see if this did anything different. You were saying visitation dot count?
Count and then dot group.
Oh, dot count dot group. Oh, we have to specify, don't we, somewhere in here what this count is counting, right?
It'll by default it'll just count the instances. Dot group and make sure you group by do like alien ID or something or Earth ID. Make sure it's a symbol.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, now try reversing the group and count. Sorry, I'm just
I hear you. This is kind of how I throw it too.
I should make sure the parentheses, the alien ID is next to group still.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and open up my
yeah. I think I'm
my console as well.
Yeah, I don't want to spend a whole ton of time trying to do this on. Well, actually, I don't mind doing it. Hey, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So then you can just get the max and select by that ID.
I can.
There's probably a way to do it by alien.
I think I can do order. Oh, I don't know if they'll like that, but
if you do order
ascending. Oh. I want to like say that if I did order group dot count dot order, but I can't, I don't know if I can order on a group. Is there?
Oh wait, never mind.
Select.
Replace dot count with a dot maximum.
Yeah, there we go.
See if that does anything. But I think dot maximum might need it might need an argument.
Oh, which is the actual group maximum.
Say put count all, try alien ID and then try count all.
Yeah, that's junk to me. Alien ID dot count was our best. Like that was our. This is the answer, right?
Yeah,
this is
that got us that at least.
Right. So dot count dot maximum doesn't take it. Group count maximum. I'll look that up. Group count maximum active record. Maximum and group by active record query. If you are specifying a place first, my model, where. Oh, so I still don't know how to cross. I feel like I'm so lost. Like this is such like a syntax hunt in Ruby. Because like it's not like you can just brute force this a lot of times, but there's multiple ways, I guess, to go about each of these. So it's like dot count. What if I do 1? No, that's not what we want. I was thinking that potentially I would give me like the secondary keys. Because like now I'm like, oh, I can just do a 4 each, and then I'll just find the max. Like
yeah, the way I'd done it originally was just doing the plain old Ruby, finding a maximum. The trick like this would be, I think, a lot easier too if it was just asking for the visitation ID or something, but it's asking for the actual instance of the alien.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how I still don't know how I'm gonna get all of the visitations here. Like I think that's like another one. Like I think I need to use like a join to get the most frequent visitor. from the visitations list.
I'm gonna try that real quick. Say alien dot all dot first. I'll just assign it to something. I'll just say a dot joins visitations. No, it needs to be class.
Hmm. Visitation, so
Okay, wait, hold up. I might have found something. You can keep experimenting. I'm just gonna keep
yeah.
digging
Oh
into
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Which is
Let me
exciting.
know. Yeah. Get all records from has mini table. Active records. Alien.
Okay, I found a way to do the same thing, but from the aliens class starting.
Okay.
So it's aliens, or sorry, excuse me, alien like the
Alien.
class name dot
Yeah.
joins,
Okay.
and then visitations as a symbol.
Okay.
And then that gets you pretty much the same as just all visitations. But then you can also group it by alien ID, and you can count it. But that gives us a very similar result to what we were getting earlier.
Yeah. I did something weird here. Oh, so you're saying like then do a group.
And then you can group it by like alien ID, I guess.
Yeah.
But then it's still not like.
It's not, I don't understand why it's not summing these, like when it groups it. Because like when we group them by alien ID, it's just saying like, I don't even know what this means. Like I would have thought that like if I'm grouping something by alien ID, I would have like the ordered list of all the same visitations. Just now they're like, I don't know, all in like the ordered in the 1 and then the 2 and then the 3, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like this group piece doesn't seem to be working how I expected to.
What does alien.joins visitations without the group return?
That's the one that's like the full table. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So I have way too many aliens visitations, just so you know.
Huh.
Q. Oh, is that how you exit out of there? Oh yeah, you just hit Q.
A Q.
Huh. Didn't know that. Yeah, I went a little overboard when I found out about seeds. Oh, here's a little fun one for everybody who's watching this. Using Faker is a really easy way if you're currently doing Ruby and ActiveRecord. It just allows you to really quickly spin up a lot of records, and that makes doing a lot of these queries a little easier because then you have real data to work with. But yeah, I highly recommend Faker. So anyway, okay, I'm doing Stack Overflow. So tree and trees you want. Select distinct. I don't want to select distinct. I want to sort on a sum. Sort on account. Okay, this is what I was expecting to see when I did that group. Was the order. So now we have order by alien ID. So can we count? Oh, it's getting closer. Alien joins visitations dot group on ID. Count the alien ID max. But so I mean, like now, if I was being lazy, I would just be like, oh, I hate that you can't copy. Do you know a good way to copy and paste a line in Pry?
No.
Yeah. I hate these editors. Like, I feel like we're going. I mean, it makes sense, but sometimes I'm like, I just wish it was more friendly. But so my frame is going to be A. So for A dot for, oh gosh. Now I'm thinking in JavaScript again. I always have to do this. Map. What is it? KV. A dot map KV. The creator. Wait, no. A dot maximum. Is that a thing? KV. The. What would it be? Count. Okay. So this is saying don't use dot count. Use group and then use dot order. Dot count is good and that will work. But you can also use this and do count. And I want to do this one on alien ID. Sending. I feel like that's not right, but it is, I think. I wish it would show. I don't know why we can't. So I wanted to show right next to the alien, like how many freaking visits they have. And I'm struggling to do that one.
Hmm. I'm wondering if maybe we just do it in 2 statements or something, like we get the maximum. We still need to find a way to do this, but to get the ID of the maximum alien and then just find that one by ID.
Right. So
Yeah.
you're saying go back to count. And using, I think this one is alien ID. And so that gives us that. And then A is that array. And then we would just be doing like a value search How do you do about, oh my gosh, I feel like my brain is just not like in it right now for Ruby. Value search. Maximum. Yeah, so I think that would, I hear what you're saying, so. This part is what we're gonna be taking here. A equals. Self. So alien dot most frequent visitor. Okay. So A equals A dot most. Reducing, we just want to use like a dot filter. Dot filter. And B. Oh, yes. I don't think I can. I would have to map first. A dot map. Or A dot values dot. Isn't there an A dot values?
A is just a hash.
Right. So I have these key value pairs, right? And so these are my
Yeah.
aliens, and then like my maximum is number 4.
Do A dot methods. Try A dot methods.
Hmm.
Huh.
That's not a nice way to print those methods.
No, not really.
I'm just like, singleton, instance of kind of. Mm. Yeah. All right. So I can't even assign the hash. Oh, because I'm not actually, never mind. I'm not actually returning the hash. I am currently putting it. Okay. There we go. Hey. Man, that took me way too long. A max buy.
Max buy.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I'm understanding it. There you go.
Nice.
So A B equals. Oh, that's not how you do variables. And so returns. Ooh, can you do this? Alien ID, comma. Can you deconstruct? I don't think you can. Like do alien ID. Rotation. Count. Oh, I don't know why I do this. Sometimes I'll get into this loop of exiting rake, and then instead, like, I just do this. Oh, yeah, I can't. I didn't think you could. Ooh. Okay, here goes nothing. Alien dot most frequent visitor. There you go. Cool. Then I could do alien dot most frequent total height years traveled. Nice. That's kind of cool. 3128. Okay, I only think I have like one more method here to go for this one, so. And this one can't be as tough, right? Oh. So alien most frequent visit, alien average light years to home planet, returns the average distance for all aliens to their home planet. Oh, yes, please. Define self dot average light years to home planet. Did you get any more optimal for this one?
I'm looking at something right now that might be a lead.
I gotcha. Nice. Alien dot average light years to home planet. Returns the average distance for all aliens to their home planets. I feel like there's averages. Alien average. Light years to planet. That can't be right. Average. Select average aliens dot from alien. All right. Select average. Huh. That's weird. Okay, time for a little method lookup. Ruby average active record column. Oh, E2. You silly little E2. Oh, that's annoying. Have you caught that yet, Scott?
Caught what now?
Oh, is that sometimes it'll return. I always forget this, but sometimes it will return
Oh yeah,
scientific notation.
it pretty much always does that. I found with the average.
Oh, It's annoying. I'll just do, I like that too.
Oh, no way. Man, I might have it. I might have it.
Doer, give me a second and then this will be, I'll switch it over to you. Alien.average light years to home planet, and then I'm gonna do a 2F. Make it a little prettier. Exit, back in, alien.average. Oh, it doesn't autocomplete. I'm gonna have to figure out how to add homemade methods to my autocomplete. Nice, 57.63. Average light years to home planet. I'm going to take it at its word. All right, I am going to now pass my share up. Do you want to just take over, Scott?
Oh, wait, can I take over on your screen?
Oh, that's right. I think I disallowed it. One participant can share at a time. Host only. Oh, no, I changed it back to, it defaulted back to all participants. So,
Request remote control. You're about to request.
okay. Oh,
I'm kind of
nice.
curious.
I still have to do, I do have to approve now. Ah, I got you. That's the settings that I did.
Oh, that's so weird.
Interesting. I thought you were taking
What?
over the screen share. I didn't know we could share the mouse. That's great.
Yeah, it's weird though.
Yeah, I used to do this in Microsoft Teams all the time, but I haven't done it really in Zoom yet.
Oh, I can scroll. All right, that's crazy. So let me see. I have it over on my console right now, so I'm just gonna make sure I get it all right. So make sure. Can I edit the text?
Yeah, you should be able to do anything, I would think. Or have I known? Here,
Oh wait,
is
it's
your,
very, very slow.
I gotcha.
It's probably better if I just share my screen, honestly.
You can just walk me through it if you want to also.
Oh, that works too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
All right. So what I did was
Is it easier to do it in console first or?
not particularly. It's all one line. So
Okay.
okay, so it'd be alien
Self.
or self. Yeah.
Oh, do you use Alien most of the time when you do yours?
I usually omit self entirely because it's not necessary except when doing doing setter methods.
Really? I've not.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I keep on
If you
seeing
get
that.
if you get there's this extension that I have called Rubocop that enforces it does linting that enforces all the these best practices for Ruby styling according to that big document that they provided in like one of the very first Ruby lessons.
Yeah.
Rubocop.
Rubocop.
Like Robocop.
I think I installed that, but then is it this one up here?
Yeah. And then there's some setup you have to do for it, but it's pretty nice. You have to install the gem and then oh, you're still in Pry.
Oh no,
oh wait, no, you're not.
Really quick, yeah.
Oh, you finally got your console to not show like the whole path?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Or show the next line?
Yeah, I really should show you this sometime because like it is really nice. It's called Oh My Bash.
Okay.
And then like the theme that I have, and this has really gotten me like pretty comfortable, like I feel like on like the command line and just doing aliases. But you get to just like set it up by like this bash RC, and there's just a ton of themes that they have that you can go through. So like
that's nice.
Oh yeah. So this one's really cool. I like
Oh wow.
Yeah. Candy is kind of funny. But the one that I think I'm on right now is called Purity, and it's like super simple. Like it's a multi-line, it's stacked and like one.
That's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like it. And then I can do these. CD now will bring me right to phase 3, CD lec, CD project, like
that's nice.
Oh yeah. And then you can just do O, and that actually is an alias if you come in here. And that's an alias for code dot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so then this one is like my pride and joy is like my flat get function down here. So it calls CD now, which is going into phase 3. It get clones the first argument, which is, you know, your copy paste into the function, and then
Right.
CD rec goes into the most recent folder that like was changed, the most recent modification, and then O opens
Oh, that's sweet.
yeah, so I can just do flat get from anywhere and it will just pop right into like code, and so it takes me like less than a second, you know, to do a rate repo. But my
That's
terminal
awesome.
days have paid off.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that over the break.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll if you ever want to like see these alias files, like this was really fun, especially this bandit one. I built this for that war game
Right.
that I was showing you, but and so like now I can just do like bandit 4, and I'll just do like an auto login script kind of thing. It's kind of
Oh, cool.
yeah. So I built this function to pass it in, and then it's like, oh, if you don't pass in any arguments, like it's like no, like you can't do that. But anyways,
That's crazy.
yeah, it's neat what you can do with the command line, but oh, so this seems like it's installed now. Oh, tell me more. Expect one empty line between method definitions. Okay.
Yeah, it does a bunch of stuff, and you can disable the linting in the command center for VS Code. But anyway, it gives you a bunch of like OCD kind of little switches up, and it's kind of nice too, because sometimes it'll tell you if there's a better way to do something.
Right. So I'm doing I
It's
do
pretty
like
smart.
Shift Alt F all the time, and that's the one that's supposed to do my linting for me, but apparently it's like struggling with RuboCop. Oh yeah, I'll make a note to myself to RuboCop. I can't believe I keep on saying RuboCop. Okay, self most frequent visitor.
All right, so it's self for clarity. You put that in for clarity's sake.
Okay.
Dot joins, and then colon visitations inside the joins parameter.
Okay.
And then group dot group alien underscore ID.
Okay.
Then dot order. And then inside quotes, you do you write in basically raw SQL, you write count. And all caps like it's the SQL statement.
I think I know which one you're doing. Is it this guy?
No, but that's pretty much the solution I came up with.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, count. And then inside parentheses for counts as parameters, visitations.id. Close parentheses, descending, so DESC
yeah,
there, and then limit 1.
yeah, I like that. I think it's gonna give us a shout just because it won't like the fact that we're putting raw SQL in. I think that she yelled at me the last time I tried to do raw SQL. What is it? Alien dot most frequent.
Oh yeah, it does. Deprecation warning.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah. Got the ID 4.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I wonder if you can I wonder how you would do that without using raw SQL.
Right.
Because you have to put the count inside the order as parameters.
Right. Huh.
Maybe.
There's got to be a way to do it with just ActiveRecord. I mean,
Yeah.
this would be a good one to ask. Well, we only got 15 minutes left, so I might just go through Leak Code one quick.
Sure.
Yeah, so let's hop over to Leak Code quick and we'll see what they got out there. Oh, that's Abbott of Code. I don't know where I keep my Leak Code bookmark anymore. Oh, there it is, challenges. Okay, I'm not going to cheat this time, everyone who was here last time. Last week, I did do a demonstration of the Chat GPT bot. It is very, very interesting. And it gave a full working solution to the first problem on Leak Code. I just want to keep that honesty there, it was just the very first problem, and I'm pretty sure I had done a similar problem before, so I do not feel that bad about using Chat GPT to solve it. But the one that I'm going to start on now is this Roman 2 integer problem. And we're going to go back into JavaScript. Oh, I don't know if I really want to work. Well, I guess if we were going to do additive code, that would have been JavaScript anyway. So, okay. Okay, I think I remember building some of this out. Yeah, so this is a numerical translator for Roman numerals. Now, when I first built this, I think I was relatively new to JavaScript. And so this does not look extremely robust. So I'm going to plus in a little bit here and try and like give this code over here a little more enunciation. But I can see what I was trying to do here is so I'm passing in the S, I'm passing in the value, and then I'm going through and incrementing that value for every character that I see. And so for every character, I'm running through, and for an I, I'm adding 1, for a V, 5, X, 10, etc. But the problem is that you need to know, you have to keep in memory the position of the character relative to the character after it, because the character after it, or the character actually 2 after it potentially, or 3 after it, could potentially change the value. And so I think I remember what I was going to do here, and where I think I threw up my hands was that because down the road, like if you see a D at any point, then that means that you need to subtract 500. So D's are only going to go before M's, right? Yeah, and this is, I think, where I started getting a little mixed up, because like the longer the Roman numeral, the more combinations that can be nested that you need to find. Oh, this is going to be a pathfinding algorithm.
Do you want to see my solution to this
Yeah.
This problem? Because I had written it. Excuse me, I'd written it a little bit before we started Flatiron.
Search through for the next largest character. Yes, sir. I see that my mouse has been taken away from me.
Wait, can I do that?
Mhm.
Oh, I am controlling a screen. My bad.
Oh no, you're good.
No, I was just gonna share my screen. I have it pulled up on
nice.
on my monitor.
Yeah, I
need
think you have to take over. Maybe I
Give
need
up remote control. There you go.
to stop my share.
Whoops. Ooh, hopefully Zoom doesn't freak out.
Oh yeah, it'll be interesting to test that.
It worked during my presentation at the end of phase 2, and
Yeah,
it's working now.
Nice.
All right, you see this?
Yeah, yep.
So I just did a const table with the definitions
Nice.
up to 1,000.
Okay.
And then, given the Roman numeral string, there's the number, which is the decimal.
Sure.
The last value is going to be the last value in the string. And so it'll just go through each index in the Roman numeral. It'll set const of this value to this this specific numeral, just because it's that way you can reference it easier.
Huh,
And if this value is greater than or equal to the last value, I'm sorry, I started
oh,
parsing from the right to the left.
gotcha, the
So
inverse, yeah,
if
I
this
see
value is
it.
greater than or equal to the last value,
Mhm,
then it's going to add that on. But if it's less than, so like if it's an IV
mhm.
or an M, or sorry, a DM,
Smart, no, I hear you, yeah.
yeah, then it's going to subtract that from the
No,
number.
that's smart. I think that's what I was trying to get to, was
That's
that
the last value.
you needed to reverse the way that you were thinking of it, because like you really cared more about that right hand value. But that case statement that
Right.
I guess the case statement would have been doing the same thing as your constant table, but it's just not as tight. Like I really like how you did that there.
Yeah, I like using in the game design course I took, they talked about data driven design, which is just
Mhm.
using a lot of tables, and you can get really advanced with that in languages like JavaScript or Lua, where you can write callback functions, because
Sure.
you could write a nested object with functions,
Yeah.
and the different functions would just be identified by different labels on the nested object. And so then you could literally, like, what would have been hundreds of lines worth of if else,
Yeah.
like you could just write it as like,
One
oh, whatever
table.
your condition is the
Yeah.
key of the
Hmm.
function.
That's clever. Yeah.
It's clever, but it also makes it like when you're writing a big nested object of callback functions, it gets kind of messy. But
Yeah. I mean, everything's an abstraction, so I guess like somebody had to
yeah,
make that choice at some point, I guess. And it
right.
what one is that? Lua? Yeah,
Lua is what I wrote the games in.
nice. Yeah. I've been looking at Unity a little more recently. I mean, I haven't really done much in there, but I just watched some YouTube videos,
I hate Unity. I
Oh
hate
yeah.
Unity.
Why is
I
that?
I hate it because I like coding, and Unity tries to get rid of the coding aspect of game development as much as possible.
Yeah.
And I'd rather, like, I guess I think better. I feel like I'm able to think of better solutions when I'm able to code them out, whether
Right.
it be from scratch or if I have like a library that I can look through, versus with Unity, like it just feels overwhelming, all the different editor options there are,
Right.
like outside of scripting. Like there's just so much you can do, and it just seems really hard to find exactly what you're looking for. And there's like, there's lots of things that I find take up lots of space that just aren't very important to someone who's just trying to learn it the first time.
Right. Like I found like their learning tutorials were decent, but like it's one of those that I feel like it felt like it was so training wheels that you just weren't getting into like anything, like you're just like, oh, you made a box now, and like someday you might learn how to like make a real model, and it's like,
Yeah,
okay, like I guess like, can I write some code, like just a line, just maybe like a to build that ball, like but instead it was like just a lot of what felt like drag and drop and like copy pasting of things, or
yeah,
load this extension and like that will import everything that you need. And I was like, okay, like that's true, and like that's probably the better way to do it, is like just to spin it up fast. But yeah, it does feel a little, I don't know, cookie cutter maybe is like the word, but
yeah.
I'm used to that from the industrial world, where like they were trying to simplify things into like more and more function blocks that were more like understandable in themselves, like that you could really
Mhm.
understand, like, oh, okay, like here's the inputs are coming in the left side of this big block that is supposed to be your valve controller, and then on the outside that's spitting out your alarms and your current position and the intended position and all these other pieces. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I really just need to start coding more on my own. I feel like recently I've just been into Victoria 3. It's like a big grand strategy game that just came out recently, and it's a lot of fun, but like 4 hours, 5 hours, like in an evening, like is a little much, as far as like, when you're trying to like do really well in this, but they don't hold your feet to the fire, right? So yeah. I don't
I,
think
I
I'll,
was
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say like my closing statement on Unity would be like, if you really want to use Unity, you have to really invest in it.
Mm,
Like you gotta learn how everything works if you're ever gonna use Unity for like a practical project,
right.
because there's so many tools that are just thrown at you.
Hmm.
So it's not, like a programming language, JavaScript. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can get really, really complex with it, but you can also write, a Roman numeral calculator with it.
real.
And you're not, thrown, like when you're trying to write a Roman numeral calculator, it's not saying like, oh, would you like to write a fetch statement? Oh, would you like to write an asynchronous function? All these things that don't matter and that
Float.
most people who are just starting out won't understand.
Right,
Like Unity just like it gives you this massive UI panel with all these different options.
right.
And when I'm watching a tutorial, I feel like one of the most difficult parts of the tutorial is
Mm,
learning where like a certain option is stored in the menus, because there's so many menus.
right. Yeah, I mean, that's where you have to like look at like what Microsoft has been able to do of like kind of revamping all of their stuff and like really like trying to like appify it in a certain way that like works in most cases, but in some cases you're like, oh, where's that feature tucked away at now? Like, but they do a good job of making it feel pretty light, at least like when you're getting onto that, new Word document or new Excel page that like you can immediately, like without like needing to configure anything, be at like a working spot to like do something quick, which is what the few times I've experimented with Unity is not the case. Like I do not feel like I'm
Right.
like, okay, there's my square asset and oh, right click, there's a script. Now I just need to X+1 and now it's going to start animating itself, like there just isn't
Yeah,
that same like maybe they need to have a better template or something, but anyways,
that's possible.
yeah,
It'd be tricky. I'll send you a link.
yeah.
That's the framework that I use in Lua
Hmm.
to make games, and it's a very light framework. There's no like UI. It's just a library,
Oh,
but I
nice.
like using it a lot because you know
Hmm.
it's a library, so it takes care of a lot of the lower level stuff, like drawing pixels to the screen and such.
Mhm.
But then you can program all the functionality yourself, and I don't know. I like that because I feel like it gives you more control.
You would love this link I just sent you. OpenSCAD. So it's completely program
Oh,
driven
cool.
3D modeling. And like there's some really impressive stuff that people have done. And like if you download it, just like the sample codes, it's so cool. Like the intersections logic. And I'm actually 3D printing here. I'll actually share my screen. I'm 3D printing right now. And here I'll show you at least one of the examples. So like an example would be like where's the box one? I think that one was good. Polygon areas, maybe. No, that's not the one I was thinking of. This one's pretty good, just like showing some of the more complex math. But like the cool ones, like maybe it was just like a basic one. Oh yeah, this was the one that I wanted to show you. Just the CSG. So if you look at it, it's literally just translating like 24 units to the left, 24 units to the right, and then it's just showing you that all you have to do is like here's union, like so the box and the circle are union. Here's the removal, like the bit that's getting removed, so the difference. So this is just
Oh
showing
yeah.
parts that aren't intersecting, and then to create that beveled like edge look, you just intersect them, right? Like where are they intersecting? And so like when I saw this and I started playing around with it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so quick. Like I have a dice now. And that's like
Yeah.
a dice that can go into Unity. This is a 3D.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it can be 3D printed too, but like, I mean, I'm taking my 3D printing experience and like trying to translate that into like maybe modeling gaming assets too, also, or just assets in general. I always like return to games because that's what I know, but like really like what was becoming a huge thing in the industry that I left was digital twins, where people were trying to create full-fledged factory simulation that was super robust, and you could pretty much be running that in parallel, and that would sometimes like flag up like, oh, like this one's starting to vibrate like in our 6-month simulation in the future, and like it would actually usually work, like that it would be predicting your maintenance. But anyways, I
That's
thought
pretty
this
awesome.
OpenSCAD you'd like, yeah.
That is really cool. I'm not like, I have hardly any experience CADing. I did a little bit in like middle school,
Mm.
but I enjoyed it. My dad's an architect, so he does like SketchUp, which is, you know, it's like CADing, but like for architecture.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I could see it. I really am not very good at 3D modeling at all. Like whenever we were having to like design a cabinet, like I love the design of cabinets because it was like designing a computer, but a giant factory computer, you know? And so like that was cool, but like we didn't actually have to put them together. We'd always just pass that off to like a cabinet designer. And they were
Right.
like, oh, you need this size cabinet, like for this many pieces. But I mean, to me, like it's pretty much like you're designing your motherboard like in place and like determining like how many different like slots you need for your memory and your IO, which could be like analog inputs, analog outputs, you know, controllers and other pieces. But
Yeah.
yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll get back into the old stuff sooner or later. But I don't know. Software is just so big. There's just so many cool
Yeah.
things about it. Like couldn't give up going to wizarding school. But
All right. I better head out. I haven't had supper yet. So
same here. It was a good talk. Thanks for joining. And hey, everybody, have a good night.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
See next week. Are you gonna do one next week? Have you decided yet?